ask how old you are?
I'm 88.
And still working?
Yes, I have to.
Why do you have to keep working?
Samuel Wiedenhofer met 88-year-old Ed Bombas at a store in Michigan and asked his social media followers to donate to GoFundMe to help this vet who lost his wife and spent so much of his fortune on her medical bills to allow him to retire. Here's what happened just a few days later.
We've raised you $1.77 million.
Samuel has millions of followers online. He considers himself a partner in kindness. He's got all sorts of videos just like that. Samuel, welcome to The Story Is, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much for having me.
Talk to us about the story behind Ed and what drew you to him.
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable. I was connected through Ed, through a Facebook comment, someone saying they knew an elderly man in his 80s who still had to work. I didn't know too much about his story. However, something just came to me like I had to do something for him. And then I decided, to go up and approach him at Maya in Brighton, Michigan. And that's when everything changed for him. So it was a completely random interaction and, yeah, right on the spot.
Talk about your emotions in that moment that we were looking at right there of the check being unveiled and knowing that your platform has allowed this man's life to change in such a profound way.
Yeah, honestly, it's absolutely unbelievable. It doesn't feel real. That moment to me still doesn't feel real. I remember later that night just bursting into tears and crying because, yeah, things don't really hit me in the moment. And of course, giving a $1.77 million check, it just doesn't feel like it's something that could actually happen with an online community. And it did. So, yeah, it definitely hit me later, the emotion, but just seeing him, crying, especially like Ed crying, it just breaks my heart into pieces. So
talk about how you got your start in this field.
Of course. So when I was 10 years old, I lost my auntie Rosie to suicide. I remember I was in the lounge room one day and my mum was having a shower. And I just remember, picking up the phone to my uncle. And I was a 10-year-old kid. I was swearing at my mum, get out the shower, something's really not okay. And yeah, she rushed off with my dad. And I found out my, auntie took her own life. And growing up, I always struggled with my own depression and mental health, and I just knew there needed to be more kindness in the world. I knew I needed to do something to spread awareness in honor of her, and that's how this all came about. That's where it started.
And so we've got some images of all the good that you've done over the years, reaching out to people, starting sort of small, right, with small acts of kindness. Now you've connected people with some of these big celebrities all around the world, including from the world of sport and actors and all the rest of it. How do you sort of choose? How do you go about this process of deciding what to act upon?
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of just, I don't know, I get that gut feeling. So, we do a lot of things. For example, there, I reach out to a lot of foundations and try and find cancer warriors and, try and make their biggest dreams come true. It's something that I hold very close to my heart after, doing a lot of amazing experiences for kids battling cancer. It means the absolute world to me to make these moments happen. You see with Trey Young, you see with Saquon Barkley, a lot of these sports stars want to be involved in these amazing, simple acts of kindness. And it truly, a moment like that can change a children's life in his life battling cancer. So it means the world to me to make moments like that happen. And of course, many other moments also.
We've also seen Jake Paul, we've seen Kristen Bell get involved with you.
Nice to meet you.
And we've seen you help people as well, including this woman who was battling homelessness, didn't have a place to live, and this is the moment you changed her life.
Hey, look at over here.
She's a help.
Look at your joke. Look at that.
Thank you.
Even after the price of this house is done,
You'll still have $400,000 that you can use towards your future.
This is so amazing. I remember when I used to work at ABC7 here in Los Angeles, I for many years hosted a series called Pay It Forward, where I did surprises for people. And it was the most
Beautiful.
fulfilling thing that I ever did. And it changed me as a person. And I'm wondering how doing this has changed you.
Oh, absolutely. My mental health when I was younger was really bad. And truly, what saved my life is being able to help anyone. I think it's the best feeling in the world, when you can just brighten someone's day, when you can make someone smile. You receive such like there's a chemical in your brain, right? Like it releases dopamine and you just feel so good. Like there's no better feeling. And it's truly, the one reason I'm here today is just being able to be in a position to be kind. I know everyone can be kind, even if it's simple hug, compliment, a simple flower. That's where all this mission started. So, yeah, there's no better feeling than, in the entire world.
So how can people get involved? How can they get that feeling?
Of course, well, I think anything, to be kind to someone, all you have to do, like I said, is it starts with a compliment, a hug, volunteering, I think, many kids especially like kind of need that mentorship. I don't think schools teach kindness enough, and to know that, they can watch a video on social media and learn how to be kind. There needs to be a lot more of it. So, yeah, definitely, follow your Lawn Mow journey as well. We're going to do many more amazing things. And, I always think of ways my followers can be part of it more as well. So, yeah, it's a blessing to be able to do this.
And one thing I've learned from the amazing kids at the Boys and Girls Club over the years is that one adult investing in a kid, making them feel seen, just one, can completely change their life. So you don't realize the power of your words, of looking at somebody and making them know that they matter. You do that for so many people. It's really incredible. Congratulations, Samuel. It's a pleasure to talk with you. Keep up the great work.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And yeah, always remember to be kind. One thing I'll quickly mention is, on the way home one day, I was in the mall giving strangers hugs, and one lady stopped by me and said she was on her way home to end her life. And that's the reason she's still here today. So all it takes is one hug, one small act of kindness to save a life. So I thank you for having me. And I hope that, this talk inspires a lot of people out there.
A virtual hug for you. Hope to see you in person sometime.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more of The Story Is right after this.